From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
All right, we're going to get you started, of course, taking a look at where you can get Weather NorCal. A lot of great resources here. Basically, if you have Wi-Fi, if you've got internet, if you've got LTE, if you've got any kind of cell phone service, you can get Weather NorCal. Now, you can start at YouTube. You can go to Roku, Amazon Fire TV if you want the 24-hour streaming channel. Available coming to Apple TV very soon. And if you have an app, if you have a phone that is, you can get the mobile app for free on your iPhone and your Android device. All of this is 100% free. I highly recommend you check it out. Lots of great resources. All right, here's what we've got going on. Cooling trend that will peak on Wednesday. Really, the trend that we're seeing this week is pretty much a carbon copy of what we saw last week. Remember last week, the temperatures dropped into the middle of the week. That was the peak, and then temperatures increased after that. That's exactly what we're seeing here this week, because it'll be getting warmer by the end of the week, and in particular this weekend. And speaking of this weekend, we get another round of thunderstorms, possibly in the higher elevations. So let's take a look at your hour-by-hour forecast, taking you through the night tonight. Still a fairly mild night, upper 60s, maybe some low 70s for the valley tonight. Tomorrow, temperatures breaking away from the triple-digit heat. More like 95 degrees for Redding. Red Bluff about 93 and 92 in Chico. And for the mountains, I think we're going to dodge those 90s pretty much all together with the exception of Susanville. Maybe about a high of 90. Otherwise, mid-80s, give or take, under mostly sunny skies. All right, so let's take a look at that fire potential. And really, we're seeing it kind of go down as far as the overall fire potential, so that's good. Basically, all of us in that low risk, with the exception of the coast, where we're in that little to no risk. So conditions are improving, the winds are dying down as well, and temperatures are dropping, helping to prevent or helping to keep that fire danger down as well. So we take a look at the winds, and I just want to show you that the winds are not going to be a big factor here. We take you through the day on Tuesday. Wind's not a factor. We take you through the day on Wednesday, going up to maybe 10, 15 miles per hour, but nothing to be really too terribly concerned about. Now, when we look at the 10-day trend with the temperatures, again, remember what I was talking about? Like last week, it peaks on Wednesday, goes back up into the weekend. But here's the difference as we go into this weekend, and not to mention next week. Once we get up to 100 degrees or higher, it's going to stay put through probably most, if not all, of next week. So this heat wave, if you will, is going to be a prolonged one, and looks like it may stick around for a while. Now, we do have some moisture and a storm system up to our north. That's one of the contributing factors to some of the temperatures that we'll start to see dropping. This over here will continue to dive down to the south and east, also helping to give us some cooler weather by the middle of this week. All right, let's talk about our chances for showers and thunderstorms. Now, there's a tropical storm over the Pacific that some of the moisture associated with that is going to make its way down into Southern California by the time we get into Thursday. That moisture is expected to migrate northward into Northern California by Saturday. And so what that will mean for us is the potential for thunderstorms for pretty much everyone in the mountains. There have been indications that the valley may see some of this as well, not only Saturday, but maybe even into Sunday. Now, this particular forecast model backing off a bit on Sunday, but we could see more activity even going into Monday. Bottom line is, this is a moving target, and this is something I'm going to continue to monitor here very closely and keep you updated with that potential for those mountain thunderstorms. So for tonight, mid-70s for the valley, give or take, and for the mountains in the 50s and 60s for those overnight lows. For tomorrow, yeah, we're breaking away from the triple digits. We're watching those temperatures drop in the valley. 95 Redding, 92 for Chico, 80s, even some 90s for the higher elevations. And your 7-day forecast is continuing with that trend. Now, again, I've been saying this the last few days. I'm not including the thunderstorms in the forecast for anyone just yet. I may want to give it a day or two before we start kind of setting that in stone, because the timing of it, the intensity of it, where it's going to be, that's still kind of a big question mark at this point. We're dealing with a bit of a subtropical moisture, just a plume of moisture that's going to work its way up here. And the timing of that is going to change. And like I said, the overall intensity of that will change as well. Now here's a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley, and of course those temperatures dropping. The peak of that cooling trend will be Wednesday. Temperatures going back up. Now once we do get up to 100 degrees or higher by this weekend, we're probably going to keep hitting those triple digits and above 100 degrees here through most, if not all, of next week.